So we're beginning our 12 days of Christmas calm to bring us a little bit of techniques and tools and calming during this busy holiday season. For whatever reason, maybe you are needing it for that, for the busyness of the holiday seasons. Maybe you're just needing it for something else going on in your life. I think we all need a bit of calm once in a while. For these 12 days, we're focusing on specific techniques that are going to be tools that we can use. Some we will like more than others, but at least we have a whole box of tools that we can choose from. And it's really interesting because there are so many ways that we can bring calm into our life. And just the practice of yoga within itself, without anything fancy or specific, is a tool to bring calm to our life. But there's things we can do within it to really focus on bringing that element of calm. So today's class will be slightly different because we are going to dive into the world of kundalini yoga. So some of you I know already are a big fan of kundalini yoga. The beauty of kundalini yoga is that it is made up of kriya sequences. Kriyas are cleansing techniques that last for about 2 to 3 minutes. And they are repetitive motions. And it is this repetitiveness that we are using as our tool to help us bring calm when we're feeling moments of tension, of stress, and anxiety. Anything we do repetitive brings us into a meditative state. It allows us to drop beneath the mind, beneath the thoughts, beneath the thinking. And it allows us to, when we're doing something physically repetitively, it allows us to release the emotion, the energy and motion of that stress, of that anxiety that is building up. So it works that way. It works by allowing us to drop below the mind, the conscious, the thinking, the agitated, into the subconscious, the passive, into the calm. And it allows us to release the energy, to release that energy that is built up, whether it's anger, whether it's frustration, anxiety, worry. The repetitive sequence will help us and allow us to do that. So open mind, open hearts. Let's get started by sitting on our mat, cross-legged. If there's anything going on for you, you're all on mute, I believe. But if there's anything going on for you today, the chat box is open, of course, as always. But let's just start by focusing in on our breath. And closing our eyes, finding rhythm to the breath. And as we practice the kundalini practice, any yoga practice, the rhythm, the music is there, not to be a distraction, but to help us with the rhythm of our breath. So in this moment, can we start to find a rhythm to the breath? And the rhythm of the music is a little bit quick to begin with, but can we find the slower rhythm underneath the faster pace there? Breathing slowly in and slowly out. So we're not keeping up with those short beats. We're finding that slower rhythm beneath. Just starting to breathe nice and slow. Belly, ribs, all the way to the heart. And just noticing how we feel as we arrive to our mat this morning. Whether the mind is agitated, or whether you are already in a place of calm. Let's take one more deep breath in. And then maybe an audible sigh through the mouth, letting the breath go. All right, we're going to start with the hips, waking up the hips. and the glutes. So we're just going to start with our hip circles. So taking it around, and again, we're going to find the rhythm. So we're going to go 2 minutes here, 1 minute, one direction. Then we're going to switch it around for the other direction. So I'm keeping the time. There's no need to count. Maybe close the eyes and find rhythm. Rhythm to your breath, rhythm to the movement. Starting to breathe a little bit more deeply. That's it. And it doesn't matter so much if the rhythm is exactly precisely with the music. It's also okay to dance to the beat of your own drum once in a while. And just about 5 more seconds going in this direction. We're still in the same direction. And then come back to center. Take a deep breath in and take the arms up towards the sky. Hold the breath at the top. Fingertips touch. And then let the breath out, nose or mouth. Hands come back to your knees. Now you're going to reverse the direction. So take those circles in the opposite way. And if you're not sure, whichever way you have to think of more, that will be the opposite direction, the less dominant side. Find rhythm. Close your eyes. Get lost in the meditative experience of repeating the movement again and again. Can you find a rhythm of movement and breath occurring at the same time? And 5 more seconds. All right, now we're going to come back to center, coming back to the center. Inhale, take the arms up to the sky. Hold the breath when your hands touch. Hold the breath at the top. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And a big exhale. Through the mouth, let your hands slowly come down again. All right, we're going to take our hands to our knees. And we're going to just rock from our seat, from our pelvis. And as we're rocking, we're thinking of making cat-cows with our upper body. So your hands stay on your knees or on your lap. And we're just rocking. You should feel that you're moving forward and back of your sit bones. You should feel that your chest is lifting. And then crunching in, lifting and crunching, lifting and crunching. And that way, we start to wake up the energy of the spine and see if you can really inhale as you come forward and exhale as you go back. So perhaps the breath is getting a little quicker. But again, find a rhythm that works for you. Maybe the music helps to keep the time a beat. Maybe you're making your own rhythm. When you engage with the pelvic floor, feel a lifting of the pelvic floor as you move. Maybe this is really slow for you, or maybe you like the building of the energy, the moving quickly, how awakened. Sometimes we might even change the rhythm from moving quickly to moving slowly. And And you might notice that people in moments of intense emotion, they naturally rock themselves. It is our self-soothing technique to help us find that passiveness to our emotions, to return back to a state of calm. And from a physical perspective, we're loosening up the back, the spine, the chest, and the shoulders. In just about 10 more seconds or less. Finding that rhythm. And then slow it down and eventually come to stillness. Close your eyes and just settle in that space. Notice what you're feeling, what's happening within, and what is happening to the energy within. Okay, we're gonna stretch the legs out. Notice which ankle is in front. We have a chance to swap that over. Stretch the legs out, give them a little kick, give them a little shake. And then let's recross, bring the legs back in. And in the other direction. So the other ankle is in front now, just to give your hips a little bit of a chance to stretch both sides. So now we're gonna really use the breath. And we're gonna really twist and awaken the upper back and the spine. So we're gonna bring our fingertips to our shoulders. And we're gonna inhale to the left and exhale to the right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, in, out, in, out. And then close the eyes, drop into your own rhythm. Good, keep going. The repetitiveness to help us drop below the thinking mind. And just to find what is below. The agitation of the mind, the chitta. We've often referred to it like the choppy waves, the surface of the sea. And diving below that into the calm, deep ocean water. Good, we're almost there, about 30 more seconds. Can you stay rooted in your seat? Can we even start to draw up in the pelvic floor drawing up? Keep us with that sense of feeling rooted, grounded, even though our bodies are moving. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to stillness. Place the hands back to the knees. Notice what's passing through your experience, your breath, your state of being. Okay, so we're going to come now into some shrugs of our shoulders. If you're tired of sitting cross-legged, you could always come to your knees and sit on your heels, coming into just a change in your seated position to a kneeling rather than seated, or stay in your seated position. That feels best. So this one, we're going to start to shrug the shoulders. So we're going to lift the shoulders up to the ears, really, really squeeze. Draw the shoulder blades slightly back, and then reset the shoulders, drop them down. Inhale to lift, exhale, drop. Inhale, lift, Exhale, drop. With the breath, find a rhythm. The breath is so important. Let the breath be audible. Let it out through the mouth as you exhale. Feeling all that tension build and then release. Can you find a rhythm? And let the rhythm carry you away. Just like dancing, just like running, even just like knitting. When we find rhythm, a repetitive, repeating action, you no longer have to think about it. We just fall into the flow. Just about 30 more seconds. Can you fall deeper into the flow, deeper into the rhythm? Get your breath involved. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the shoulders up to your ears. Hold, hold, hold. Breathe in. Hold the breath, hold the breath, hold the breath. And exhale. Sitting for a moment. Tuning in, feeling into the energy there. Into perhaps a feeling of heaviness in the shoulders, a real release of the tension around the neck, shoulders. All right, my friends. We're going to come into cat-cows now. Give our legs a little bit of a rest. So come over onto your hands and knees. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. And let's take a moment to just wag the tail. Moving things around. Give the spine a little wiggle, a little twist. Great. And then we're going to come into our cat-cows again. We're going to start slowly, and then we're going to find a nice, faster, quicker rhythm. So let's just come back to tabletop for now. Hands underneath the shoulders, anchor down through the shins, tops of the feet. Breathe in, draw the shoulders back and the chest forward, stretch the belly. Exhale, round the back, in towards chest, curl the tailbone under. And then inhale again, find your cow pose, shoulders draw back. Exhale, rounding the spine. One more time slowly, inhale, feel your belly stretch. And exhale, rounding the back. Now let's try it with a faster rhythm. Inhale and exhale. In, exhale. In, X. In, X. We keep moving, finding rhythm. You might find you end up going a little faster or a little slower. Keep going. Find rhythm of breath. Perhaps use your exhale audibly through the mouth. And so really pushing the breath out of the lungs. Feel that squeeze. It's like you're doing an abdominal crunch. Each time you come into your cat pose, each time you round your back. That's it. Let's do 10 more seconds. And then come back, slow it down, take a big inhale into your cow pose. And then a big exhale slowly into your cat stretch. Maybe press your thighs a little bit more towards your arms, deep in that curve. And then pressing the hips back towards the heels. Forehead comes to the floor. Let your shoulders melt and get soft. Breathing into the back body. Child's pose, just holding there. Okay, so our next little sequence we're going to come up to all fours, separating our feet. We're going to drop the hips down. Now, how low you drop them is up to you. We could drop them all the way down, cobra, or we can come forward just a little bit and just feel more weight in your hands. Feet come back together, hips press back towards your heels. So we're inhaling forward. Maybe the hips drop all the way or keep them high. Exhaling back into child's. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Find your rhythm. Good. Feet pull in as we press the hips back and the feet widen just to the size, the width of your hips, the width of your knees. And we can make that fast, make it slow, use your breath. Good, 10 more seconds. Strengthening the wrists, the shoulders, the core. And opening the heart. Your last one, pull it back to child and pause there. Perhaps we can roll the palms of the hands upwards to the sky. The backs of the hands fall to the ground, elbows heavy, shoulders release. And deep in the breath into the back. And from here, let's turn the palms back down. We're going to lift ourselves up, back to all fours, tuck the toes. Start to take the knees apart, nice and wide. And we're going to come up into Malasana, into our yogic spot, and just move things around. Pull the knees back one at a time. We're going to come into these little frogger poses. So we are going to come up and down. The head is going to go down. So it will look like this. I'm going to lift my hips. My head is down. It's a forward fold. My feet are facing forward. Then my toes open and my heels spin in and I sink my hips down. I'll inhale, stand up. Exhale, go down. Now, if you can't do that motion, you can also change it. Come to your seat. Bring the soles of your feet together. Inhale up. Exhaling into your fold. Okay? So we're going to keep going for about 2 minutes. And it's the repetitive motion that just is what is important. Take it slow or let it get a little bit. Or use your breath. Inhale, hips up. Exhale to the squat. That's it. The feet should be pivoting. And if you're finding that's not working in your body on your knees, feel free to change it. Come to your seat. And then just take your forward fold. As you exhale, inhale, spine straight. Get into the repetitive movement. A sequence that just works for you. Clear the mind, not think of anything else. Soothe soothe the nervous system. That's it. Keep going. Good. 5 more seconds. And then if you are standing, hold your forward fold. If you're seated, let your body fold forward and hold there. So we're all folding, maybe a little sway side to side, feeling that stretch in the legs. And then we're going to come back down to our seat. So if you're already on your seat, perfect. Stay there. And we're going to take the legs nice and wide. Good. So as you can see, Kundalini Yoga is slightly different than a normal practice of flow, where we just move in and out of the postures, which in itself is another beautiful tool. But this is just to show you the power of doing something repetitively. Using a yoga posture or knitting. Knitting is a great meditation. Anything that we do repetitively drops us below the thinking mind, brings us a little bit more calm and soothing for moments of tension, agitation, stress, or anxiety. Okay, so now we're going to come into some forward folds here, side to side. Each time we're going to inhale, we're coming back to middle. And then we can say to ourselves the mantra of Sat. And as we turn to the side, we'll say Nam. To yourself, maybe to your head, or out loud if you wish. And we're going to inhale, take the arms up to center. We'll start at the right. So we're going to exhale Nam as we fold to the right leg. Inhale up. Exhale Nam to the left. Inhale Sat. Exhale Nam. Inhale Sat. Exhale Nam. Now, if that's too much with your arms, just keep your hands on the legs. And just move from the upper body. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. See if you can close your eyes and feel the meditation behind it. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Good. 5 more seconds. When you finally return back to center, we're going to interlace the fingers. Press the palms to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Pull the elbows in and hold the breath. Pull the toes up to the sky. Hold, 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 hold. Pull up the pelvic floor, too, towards the navel. And then exhale slowly. Release the arms. Beautiful. And just take a moment, let the body relax. Let your ankles relax, your feet relax, your shoulders relax. Feeling into that space. Beautiful. And we're going to pull the legs in towards each other. We're going to roll onto our back. Rolling yourself down. Slowly, slowly. Take a big stretch, yawn of your body. And then hugging the knees and toward the chest. Maybe a little rock and roll. Release a circle. All right. So we're going to come into a core exercise using a bit of breath of fire. So first, let's take our hands underneath our sacrum, underneath our pelvis. So the thumbs are above the sacrum, the pointer fingers, the rest of the fingers are below, like a diamond shape. Let's extend the legs up to the sky, just to open up the hamstrings. We might even circle the feet, get the blood moving down into the feet. All right, now lower your legs to the distance that you can still keep your back flat to the floor. Might be just a few inches above the ground. You might be really high up. So test what works in your body. Press down into your elbows and lift your head and look towards your feet. Take a deep inhale and then exhale really quickly. We're pulsing the breath. Keep going. We're going to break this one up because we're not familiar with it too much of holding this. We're just going to do about 20 seconds at a time. So keep going. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your legs to the sky. Drop your head and just hug the knees and toward the chest. Give yourself a little rock. We're going to repeat that a couple more times, just 20 seconds in. Every time we're doing the breath of fire, we start with a deep inhale. Then we just continue with those exhalations, those forceful exhalations. You can feel it in your belly. And it's like a drum. You're creating that drum beat with your breath. All right, let's get ready again. Inhale, legs up to the sky. Flip your hands underneath your pelvis. Lower the legs down. Keep your back on the floor, the core isn't tight. Inhale, lift your head, look towards your feet. Let's begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your legs, drop your head. Hug the knees in and release. You can see if we can do 3 more rounds of that. We're going to lift the legs up, slide the hands under your sacrum. Lower the legs down. Inhale as you lift your head, look to your feet, prepare, go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your legs, drop your head. Hug the knees in. Give a little rock. 2 more. So we do 2 more of those. If you want, you can hold it. For the last 2, hold it straight through without taking a break. Or you can take the break. Okay, let's go. Legs to the sky, hands under the pelvis. Lower the legs, start to contract, draw belly in. Inhale, lift the head, look to your feet, spread your toes. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the legs to the sky, drop the head. Maybe there's some brave ones that are staying through the whole time. Oh, just a little rock. And let's go right back into it. Legs extend, hands under the pelvis. Lower the legs as we exhale. Inhale, lift the head, spread the toes. Let's go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the legs, drop the head. Give the knees a little rock. Let's take the arms open to the side and drop the knees over to the right side, looking towards that left hand. Breathing into the whole left side of the body. Slowing the breath down. Inhale the knees back up to the sky. And exhaling over to the left side. Looking towards the and then let's take the knees back to the sky. Inhale. All right, we're gonna come up to our seat. Rock and roll yourself. And then from there, we're gonna come back to all fours, back onto our hands and knees. Give the hips a little movement, maybe a little spiral, circle, sway. Then we're gonna tuck our toes, press the hips back towards the heels, walking our hands towards our knees. And slowly we're gonna roll up into our standing forward fold. And in our standing forward fold, take a moment, let the body sway side to side. And we're gonna drop the weight into our heels, roll the body all the way up to standing. One vertebra at a time. Lifting the shoulders to the ears, pulling them back, and sliding them down. Okay, so now up the energy is coming up. Let me get my timer back on. So we are coming now into something different. This time we're standing up. The energy is a little bit more heightened and increased. We're just working the body a little bit more. So very simple. We're going to breathe in, take the knee up and the arms up. So let's start with the right knee. Right knee up, arms up. Exhale, foot down, inhale. Very simple. It's like we're marching. Inhale as we go up, exhale down. We want a little bit faster with the breath, just like the breath of fire. Each time you land, feel the real rooting of your feet. We don't feel like we're kind of weightless. We don't feel like we're falling over, stumbling, losing our balance. Every time we land with intention, with meaning. We feel stable, grounded. That's it. Finding a rhythm that works for you. Could be slow, yeah. We can modify it, take away the arms and just do it with the legs. Starts to feel like we're in an aerobic class, doesn't it? Good, halfway, well, more than halfway there. We only have 30 seconds to go. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, landing. Closing the eyes. Take a deep breath. And just feel that shimmering. Feel the energy that is dancing within you. Let's take the feet together. Big inhale as we stretch the arms up to the sky. And exhale as we take our forward fold, stretching out the backs of the legs, head towards chin. Maybe a little sway to side to side. And dropping the weight back into the heels, rolling the body up, one vertebra at a time. Shoulders lift, pull back, and slide down. Perfect. We're going to take our feet nice and wide. Big, wide stand. Just one more standing sequence and then coming back down to the floor. So we're going to turn our toes in, heels slightly out. Take your time with this, again, particularly as we are dropping the head lower than the heart and coming back up. For some, that can make us really dizzy. If you find that's the case for you, stay upright and you're just going to twist gently, keeping your heart above your hips and your head above your heart the whole time. If you don't feel dizzy, we're coming through center and then we're going to reach across, left hand towards right. Back through center, reach across. Now, keeping the hands on the hips makes this also a little bit more gentle. Or take your arms out to a T. As the right hand goes down, left arm goes up. So this is a nice gentle pace. You can also speed it up. Good. Find your rhythm. Get into your pace. Starting when you're ready. If you haven't started already. Good. And use those feet as your anchors, as your brakes as well when you're coming down. Remember, if you're getting too dizzy, keep your heart above your hips, your head above your heart. Find a rhythm that's right for you. Perfect. It's like you're in a dance with body and breath. Good. Keep going. In 10 more seconds. Great. Making sure you're finishing up evenly. If you started at the right, make sure your last one is at your left. And then coming back up to stand. Once you've finished, maybe close your eyes and just feel what the body's experiencing, what our subtle body is experiencing. Good, and I invite you this time, take your hands behind your back, press the knuckles towards the floor, roll the shoulders back, chest and heart open. Breathe and lift the heart to the side, pull the belly in. Exhaling into your fold. Dropping the head, knuckles towards sky. Really drawing up through the soles of the feet to the sit bones. Take one more breath here. Perfect. Let's take our hands and just release them to the ground. Bend the right knee, sway over to the right side. Then bend the left knee over to the left knee, go. And then just let your body sway side to side. Right to left, you might turn, pivot the feet out a little bit more. You might explore slightly deeper movement, side to side. Good. Moving into the side body, opening up the inner thigh. Let the body dance and sway. Beautiful. And just a couple more. Finding rhythm with body, rhythm with breath. Making sure we do equally on both sides. And then we're going to come back to the center. If your feet have turned out, turn the toes in, heels out. Take one more bow. Maybe this time press your hands a little deeper into the earth. Then let's take our hands back to our hips. Press through the feet, lead with your heart. Lift your head. Slowly rise. Release the arms. Let's heel toe the feet together. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. You can take a little jump if we wish. Give the legs a little shake. Perfect. And then we're going to come down to our feet. So however you want to, you can just come right down or take a big inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Big exhale as we take our fold forward. Have a breath. Like your hips a little shake here. Then we're going to bend the knees, drop the hips towards your heels, and just let your body round. Forehead towards the knees, towards the back body. Perfect. Then let's come down to our seat. Coming onto our seat, the legs are going to extend forward in front of us. So we're going to do a little two-part sequence. Inhale the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, we're going to bring the hands forward towards the feet. Inhale back up, and we can repeat that mantra, Sat and Nam. Sat on the inhale. Nam as the hands go back. And then again, Sat as we open up the chest. Option, we could stay here. Or point the toes, lift your hips up to reverse plank pose. Drop the hips. Inhaling back to Sat. Exhale, Nam. Inhale, Sat. Exhale, Nam. Prepare. Inhale, Sat. Exhale, Nam. Inhale, Sat. Exhale, Nam. So keep going. Using the mantra or not, the mantra just gives us another reference point to keep a rhythm, to keep the mind focused. Finding the rhythm that works best for you. And keep going. Finding the rhythm, this repeated motion to drop below the mind. If you feel necessary to pause and hold for a breath or two, if it feels necessary to slow everything down, then do exactly that. Slow it down. It's your practice, it's your rhythm. Good, we're coming toward the end. Let's do our final 3 rounds here. And then when you finish in a forward fold. Finish with your hands towards your feet or maybe at your shins. Let your breath equalize and slow down again. And slowly we're going to rise, coming back up to our seat and crossing the legs. Just taking a little rock side to side if there's anything that your body is calling in need of. there's any places that didn't get stretched today, there might be some. Just taking that moment before we come into our final little kriya, satanama. It's a meditation, it's a kriya. And again, it's beautiful just on its own. Any of these can be used on their own if you're finding yourself in a moment of agitation, of stress, of anxiety, of anger, anything that we just need to move that energy to release it. That's a lot of energy that we hold in the body, to release it out of the system and to drop below the thinking mind. Anything that's repetitive, even going for a walk, that is a repetitive motion. Or if you're inside the house, don't have much room, you can just use one of these kriyas, any of the movements that we did. Set a time, find a rhythm, find your breath. Or come to your seat and use the satanama. It's done with our hands and our fingers. So the sat, we bring the thumb and the first fingers together, and they're just resting on our knees. I'm holding them up so you can see a little bit more. So it's sa, and then the ta is the third finger, the middle finger. That goes to your thumb. Sa, ta, na is the ring finger and the thumb. Ma is the little finger and the thumb. And then you reverse it again. Sa is the little finger and thumb. Nam, ring finger, thumb. Ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. So you're just going back and forth from the first finger to the little finger to the first finger again. I'm going to play a chant to it so that we can use the chant to help us find our rhythm, find our breath. You can sing along verbally or just sing along in your mind. And every time that they do the satanama, also follow along with your fingers. So closing our eyes, finding breath.
Satanama. ta nama. Sa 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 ta nama.
And letting the mantra get quieter and quieter, and turning it just into a whisper to ourselves. In this subtle, silent whisper of the mantra, continuing the practice. And eventually just letting the mantra go, letting the hands, the fingers open. And sitting in the space that is opened to us now. And just noticing the energy, the space within our heart, the space within our mind, even the physical body. And on your next inhale, drawing the arms upwards to the sky, a deep breath in. As we exhale, bringing the hands down to our heart, giving ourselves a bow. Bowing to all the tools that we gather, that we collect in our lifetime, that we can turn to in moments that we need soothing and calm. And I hope that today's practice was helpful to remind you of the power of small, easy, repetitive movements, and helping us to drop below the thinking mind into more of a calm, meditative space. Have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for your practice today. Namaste. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.